Hello, students. Welcome to Sarasa classes. And as we have been, I have been solving the questions for 2021 JAM paper, the CY paper, that is the chemistry paper. This is Dr. Sarkar over here. Now, continuing with the section A questions, I'll be solving mainly the inorganic and the organic part over here. For this question, obviously, it is a reduction of a ketone to alcohol in the presence of sodium borohydride and the acid, but it is going to give a particular stereo specific product. So to understand what product will be given, we will be using this Felkin model, and I have given the screenshot from the book of Stuart Warren Claydon Wathers. Okay, the best book that you can follow to answer this type of questions, or you can consult Eliel. Okay, another book for that purpose. So here, as you can see, let us first give the RS notations for the stereo centers. Okay, so the stereo centers are obviously over here. Okay, these are the stereogenic centers. So the first one, as you can see on the right hand side, OH is going to be 1, and on this side this is going to be 2, and methyl is going to be 3 in terms of priority. So what we will say that if we follow this rotation path, we will say, so it is going anti-clockwise. Now hydrogen is below the plane. So whenever hydrogen is below the plane, all you have to remember, whatever you are getting, if it is anti-clockwise, it is going to be S. Now similarly for the other stereocenter, okay, here at this carbon, okay, this particular orange that I've highlighted. So from here on the right hand side, this group is going to be 1. The left hand side propyl group is going to be 2, and the methyl group is going to be 3. Again, hydrogen is on the below the plane, so obviously we will say it is again undergoing anti-clockwise, so again it is S. Keeping this logic in mind, we will say here for this stereo center it is going to be S, but here you can see the methyl. For this stereo center, the methyl is above the below the plane and hydrogen is above the plane, so obviously even though it is going anti-clockwise, but we will think reverse. Instead of it being S, it will be now R, because hydrogen is above the plane. Now just keep the first molecule as a reference. So if this stereo center was S, okay, before, when the hydrogen is below the plane, now since it is above the plane, so this stereo center we will say now as to be R. Okay, we will say it to be R, and if we follow the second stereo center, which is this one, it will be just as similar to the first molecule, which is now going to be S. Okay, this is what it is going to be. Now for the last one, obviously keep the comparison with the C, you will call this as to be now again R. All right, and if you compare with B, then this particular is going to be again R. Okay, that is how you can apply quickly and assign the RS nomenclature to the stereo centers. Now let us use the Felkin model, and we will make a circle like this to indicate the carbon. Carbonyl group will place like this, and the largest group or the most electronegative group will be perpendicular to this carbon. Okay, and then we have the methyl, which is connected to the carbonyl group, which is that one, and then we place the medium sized groups, that is Me, like this, and the H as like that. Okay, As you can see, it already says allow the nucleophile to attack along the least hindered trajectory taking account of the Bouguereau units angle. So obviously we will come from the side which has the least steric hindrance. Okay, that means the hydride from NaBH4, which is this one. Okay, let me use a different thing to indicate, which is this one, will obviously come like that, and it will open up this way. So now we can draw the rest of the products. Okay, we will say, let us draw the carbon again like this, and the OH groups will be connected like that, or the O minus group will be connected like that. This is your Me, that is the hydrogen that has come from the sodium borohydride, that will be your ethyl, that is your methyl, and that will be your hydrogen. Okay, that is going to be your hydrogen. Now if you do the hydrolysis, or rather I should say acidic workup of this particular product, then what you will obtain is a structure as I am writing, which will have the OH like this, the H will be here, Me will be here, H will be here, and the ethyl will be like that. Now just rotate the molecule within the plane of the paper. Okay, so if you rotate it, just to have things in a better order, to draw the Newman or the Schwarzschild projection, so we will think the OH is undergoing, this particular carbon is, the whole molecule is rotating on the plane of the paper. Now your Me will come here, isn't it? Okay, like that. Your ethyl will come here, your Me goes in there, and H goes in there. Alright, now let us draw the, so this is almost in anti-staggered, so we will draw the eclipse form. Okay, again to help us draw the Fischer projection formula, from where we will again assign the RS. So we have the eclipsed form right now, and from here it will be very easy for us to draw the Fischer. Okay, so what we will do, we will think this to be as H. Okay, so your front carbon is at the bottom, so this is your OH on the left hand side, and your Me over here. Then you have the hydrogen, and similarly this Me will lie here. Okay, this Me will lie here. Okay, so you're doing a rotation of this kind. Okay, from this ethyl is coming here, that hydrogen is going there, and that methyl is going there. Okay, that type of rotation you are doing over here. So we will put the ethyl over here. Now if you try to assign, so obviously you will call this to be as 1, this end on the top to be as obviously 2, and this will be as your 3. So if you try to assign the how the rotation is there, so it is like this. Now if it is going like that, then obviously it is undergoing in a clockwise direction. Hydrogen is below the plane, so we will call this as R. We'll call this as R. isn't it? All right. So here, if you check, obviously this one and that one cannot be the answers. Answers will be either C or D. Now let us do for this one. So again, this end is going to be our 1, that is going to be 2, that is going to be 3. So if you are going in that direction again, so basically you are going in the anti-clockwise direction, and the hydrogen again over here is lying below the plane. So obviously this will be your S. So we will say this is R and S, and hence C is going to be our answer over here. Okay, I hope that clarifies this question that was made. Now, this is basically a 4 plus 2 cycloaddition reaction. All right, and this type of 4 plus 2 cycloaddition reactions are stereospecific. All right, so over here we can think which of these double bonds, this one or that one, is going to be, all right, more reactive, because we have to find out the major product. So out here we will say the diene that is joined, to the more electron donating, which is this one, okay, is going to be more reactive. All right, so out here what we will do is we will place the molecules right away like that. Okay, all right, and your methyl is like that. Okay, and your butadiene system is like that. So what will happen? This bond will go here, that will come here, that one will go there. Okay, that is your 4 plus 2 cycloaddition, and obviously it is undergoing thermal condition. Okay, and so now the groups that are in this position like that, okay, we will take them to be as going top. All right, so over here we will say something like this. So this is your hydrogen over here, and that is your methyl, and at the same time, so this will be our product preferentially formed, and that will be our major product. Okay, now for the next question, in the following reaction, Q compound is undergoing a E2 elimination reaction. Okay, in presence of sodium methoxide and ethanol, it will undergo E2 elimination reaction. And in the options, as we can see, it is already given. So it is obviously an alkyl halide in this condition. So it will be elimination by molecular mechanism. And now, which of these compounds A, B, C will be giving this as the only product is what we have to find out. So what we could do for this type of a question is first to write up the chair conformation for each of the structures. So okay, let us draw. Remember, we have to keep our tertiary isopropyl group in the equatorial plane to avoid the diaxial interaction. Okay, so as you can see for the structure A, this equatorial bond means it is above the plane, and that chlorine is above the plane, whereas the methyl is down the plane. So we have got it like that way. Okay, so here now we have the hydrogens and the hydrogens here. So if this is the alpha, so this will be the beta hydrogens which can undergo elimination reaction. So from here itself we can conclude there are possibility of two products over here. Okay, there are possibility of two products over here. So as we can see, if if this hydrogen is taken up by the base, then our product is going to be something like that. Okay, that is going to be our product. And if at all this is taken up by the OET, then out here we will say that our product is going to be something like that. Okay, so there are two products forming over here. So that cannot be our answer. So let's check now the option B. Okay, again here keeping in mind that the isopropyl group has to be kept in the equatorial bond. So our Cl is going to be down, so it has to take up the axial position. Methyl again down, so it is going to take up the equatorial position. So with respect to this Cl, now we have a hydrogen in the beta position, and that is anti. With respect to this Cl, we have another hydrogen over here which is in the beta position. Okay, so this is the hydrogen we are talking about. All right, so that is also in the beta position. And for E2 reactions, eliminations are preferably anti. Okay, E2 reactions I am mentioning over here. E2 reactions prefer anti positioning of the groups leaving. Okay, that has to be also kept in mind. So if we do that, so now let us think out here. This is our base which is taking up this, so this will come here like that and that will go away. Or else there is another possibility that this is taken up, so that can go away like this, and then Cl can go away. So again we are having two possible products. So by the pathway A, suppose, so our product can be written as, by the pathway A is going to be like this, all right, and by pathway B, which is suppose that one, so I'm talking about small b over here, I can have another product which is going to be something like that. Okay, all right, so these are the two possible products. Let's have a look at C. So out here for C, as we draw the chair form, keeping the stereochemistry in mind, that is methyl like this, again our isopropyl will be like that. So we have a Cl in that way and a H in that way. Again, these two orientations are anti to each other, but out here this hydrogen is not anti to chlorine, rather we have a methyl over here which is anti. Okay, so no elimination will take place from here, but elimination will take place from here. So there is a possibility of only one product over here, and in all likelihood it is going to have this structure, which is, sorry, yeah. Okay, let us check with D. Okay, again if you have a look at the D, let us draw the chair form again, and we can see again the methyl is downwards. Okay, methyl is downwards, that is your isobutyl out here. Okay, your chlorine is downwards, so it is going to be on the equatorial bond, and then you have your H like that, that is your base, which can take up this proton over here. So respect to this is alpha, so this is beta, so again another beta elimination, and again we are having a very similar product that we have obtained in the case of C, which is that. So the compounds giving only one kind of product are C and D, and if you check the product out here, obviously if you write the chair form of this product, then what you will say is that it is going to have the structure as I have written like this, and the only two compounds giving this structure are given by only product, given by only this product is given by the structures, this product is given by the structures C and D. So that should be our answer. I hope that clarifies all the inorganic and organic questions which you will find in the other sections of the video that I have made for Sorosar classes. So keep visiting Sorosar classes for further solutions. I think we will be coming up with the gate solutions in the next week. Okay, thank you for listening and have a great day.